So as you can see here, this is what I have right now. I have a container to mix my slime in. The glue, you can get clear glue or regular glue, and this is my regular slime I made earlier and yesterday. So this is what you do. If you don't have borax, you can use the other materials that people often use, but I mixed baking soda and borax in hot water into this bath cup, which is a really small cup, and I got my spoon. Sorry for the bad lighting, but I don't have other materials I have right now. But this is how it's supposed to go. So here we go. Make sure before I do anything else, you mix baking soda and borax in hot water into a small cup. Don't matter what size, but make sure you have a little bit to where you will know how much you need for your slime, of how much you're pouring into your container. So for this, I'm going to be using the clear one, the clear glue, and if you want to use food coloring, then that's fine, but this is just a video to help others in need that just need some help here. Now my glue's almost gone. I don't want to use the white glue because it's not going to look right, but here's what you do. And the more you mess up, you're going to have to listen to this video because this is a really easy process. Make sure you keep mixing your borax and baking soda into your cup so it won't get thick. Make sure you remember that as you're making this slime for yourself. And I'm not using food coloring, I'm just using food coloring spray because we don't have that right now. So I'm mixing in my material, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. And right now I'm going to take the spoon out. This is what we're going to do here. Pour a little bit of your mixture into the slime. Make sure it's enough. Now, this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to mix it up. As you can see, it is turning into a mixture now. And after it is like this sticky substance, make sure you get all of it into that glob of slime so the excess water will not get mixed up. And here's what you do. Since you got your slime now, it's turning into your slime, you need to dump your excess water out into the sink or into whatever else you need. I know some people are really strict on their household, but I dump mine in the sink. So here's what we're going to do. I dump mine into the sink. Make sure you watch out for your slime falling in because that happened many times to me before. Make sure you rinse out. Then you go back to where you started at your table. So now we have dumped our excess water out, and as you can see here, it is turning into that substance of slime. Now, it's sticky now, but it will turn into my putty so that I have right now, but I love clear slime because it's way better. But I'm not going to use food coloring on my clear slime because it will look really crazy. But as you can see right now, it's like into this crazy good old sticky substance. But you need to be careful because it's still sticky, and after you do that, if it's still sticky and it's not turning into any real slime or just, I know people like theirs sticky, but I really don't like mine sticky like that. I like to it's like real putty. But I like to add more of my mixing substance, which is the borax and the baking soda, and I'm going to pour more in here so it can actually get into that substance. And make sure after you did that, if you don't want yours sticky, I'm just saying, this is just a reference, I'm going to dump the excess water out after it has been, poured more in here. So I'm just going to keep poking it and stuff, and it's just going to, get into that mix. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm messing up my talking. So here you guys go. But after that, since mine is still sticky, I'm still going to add more of my substance in here. I'm just trying to get you guys a better view of my clear slime, even though I really can't see it myself in the container. So we're going to have to do this. Okay, So now that mine is not sticky, now I can play with it and just have fun as regular, people do with slime. So I know that many people have tried, lotion and other things, but those type of materials has not worked, and especially with the materials that I don't even have here. So sorry that my voice sounds cracky, but this is how you make it. And since this is just my tutorial here, this is my one that I made earlier, and eventually it's going to like stretch. But since if your slime is going to get dry, here's just what you're going to have to do. Have your hot water running and make sure you're going to pour your slime in there so it won't get dry and so it can stretch out more. This is what I do. I pour the hot water in there and just let it sit. And overnight when I'm not playing with it, I just pour a little bit at the bottom, as you can see, and so it can get stretchier whenever I play with it in the next day. So that's how it works, and we're gonna do something else now.